Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year in advance. Well, I'm filming this before the new year, just before the new year, but by the time this probably gets out, it most likely will be New Year's Day or something like that, so around those days. So I just want to take the time to say Happy New Year in advance. And if you're new here, I do have two other channels. So I have my other channel, Awkward Confidence. Feel free to give that a browse, explore. If it's something that you're interested in, subscribe to me. I do have a video out there. Feel free to subscribe and engage. And I do have another channel, which is Gemini Empress Collective, where I just do collective readings as of when, okay? So it's fairly new. And yeah, with that being said, I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you for continuously supporting this page. And it really does mean the world to me when you guys leave really sweet comments about, it's okay, you don't need to apologize for not being consistent. Like, it really does melt my heart, because I am a lot more harder than myself than anyone would ever be. So hearing that does make my day, okay? So I have a crown on, so this is kind of themed. There's reasons why I'm dressed this way, so it will make more sense as we go along. But this reading was actually requested by two different people. So it's basically your 2026 in advance, so career, health, love, things like that. And this actually wrote down because there were two different usernames that requested the same. So okay, so one of these people is Grace Chicago Zrim. So at Grace Chicago Zrim. I don't know if I've pronounced it, but thank you for requesting this one. And then we also have Out of the Den. Whereas at Out of the Den, you guys, this is more meant to be like general of the year. However, Out of the Den requested specifically career, especially if you already have a career established. And touching upon, you know, more things to do with that. So I just want to say massive thank you to you guys both. I do love to always reference the people that do put out requests, because a lot of the time I get compliments on my video titles, and a lot of the time it's just you guys. So I love to give you guys the credit. So thank you so much. And of course, I'm going to promote, if you guys are interested in roses just as much as I am, we have Rose Forever all the way from New York. Shipping is free. These are roses that actually last up to a year. And I highly recommend getting them because I'm obsessed with flowers, particularly roses, okay? So if you know someone who's like me, or you yourself love roses, go ahead to Rose Forever. You can get $20 off if you use my code Gemini20. And if you guys are interested in crystals, or they work well for you, like wearing them as bracelets, necklaces, earrings, you name it, then go over to otterspirit.com. Use my code GeminiEM20 for a discount. They work wonders for me. I wear the same ones. And honestly, guys, this is my honest review. It has worked wonders. My life before getting these versus after, complete 180. And for those of you who have been following this page, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I made a subliminal on this channel at the start of this year, and honestly, I kind of made it for the sake of making it. I was like, you know what? I just want to make it. I don't know if I'll hit any of these goals. I don't know if any of these things will happen, but it's just fun. It will give me, the, what's the word? Oomph to really excel and try and work towards a goal, right? And I honestly, selfishly speaking, I do make my subliminals for myself, but I post them just in case someone else is on that same journey as me. And that all stems from me being a bit paranoid, because I've listened to some subliminals back in the day and they work really well. And then there's some subliminals I've listened to that have really demonic and just really bad messages. And luckily those people have been exposed and their things have been taken down. But that made me paranoid and want me to make my own subliminals. But my own subliminals will work well for me, and I like to use them for myself. But then I realized that there are people out there who may benefit from them, so why don't you just post them? So I started posting them. And little did I know, most of the things in that subliminal, you guys can go back and scroll in my videos. Most of the things that I made in that subliminal have happened for me. So it makes me feel like, okay, this really works with me. So I will be doing more of that this year as well when I get the time. But I don't want to make the intro long as it already is. Okay, so I have 6 piles. So pile 1 is the rose quartz in a jar. Don't know if you guys can see that in depth. Pile 2 is the Spaceship. Pile 3 is the baby on board. Pile 4 is the alien, or the UFO, I guess. Pile 5 is the red eye. And pile 6 is the tiger's eye. Okay, so when you're ready, I'm gonna start. Okay, sorry, my hair's always messy. All right, so pile 1, you guys chose the rose quartz. Now I understand I was meant to go month by month, but it's just going to be, hard. I'll attempt it, but I'm usually going to go based upon my intuition as opposed to like a literal card itself, okay? So we have Ask Your Angels. We have Abundance, open your heart to receive the abundant love the universe has to offer. Then we have Exhausted, feeling financially drained, lacking viable options, recharge and regroup. And then we have I'm jealous over you. And then we have Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups and the Empress. So we have air sign, water sign, Libra, Taurus. So we have air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Then we have Libra, which is air, and Taurus, which is earth. Then we have planning, setting intentions, optimism. And then we have Six of Swords, which is air sign energy. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy. So I'm not going to go card for card, but I will touch upon my month based on my intuition. And I just want to make it clear, guys, you are the pilot of your own life. You have more autonomy over your life than I ever would. So don't sit and think, okay, I've heard what Gemini Empress has said, then this is going to play out exactly this way and there's no way of changing it. You are in charge of your destiny. This is just a guideline, but this is always subject to change based upon what direction you take. And because you're aware of the information, that leaves you even more of an advantage on what to do with it compared to other people who may not get this sort of information given to them, okay? So let's start with finances, right? So I'm getting with your finances with this Six of Swords. This is about forward movement, progression. In order to have forward movement from something, that has to be implied that you are maybe at a lower position before that in order to progress, right? So some of you guys could be currently in this stage of wanting to have more finances, wanting to save more. There's so many things that require money in terms of bills, your goals, your travel, your house, your whatever it may be. But it can be hard to save, especially if you don't make that much or you make a lot, but there's just too many bills to pay for, okay? There's a need to hustle and grind and save. And don't be afraid to act frugal. Don't be afraid to tell people, sorry, we can't hang out. I don't have the finance for that. Sorry, I can't hang out. I'm trying to save up for something. Sorry, I can't do this. I'm trying to make this happen. You got to be strict on your finances if you are working towards a goal, okay? With this Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting you guys putting the right investments into the right things and actually reaping the results of them. However, there will be moments where you do feel like you're getting drained, okay? I'm getting this is around February, March. If you're not feeling it already now, February, March time, you will be feeling really exhausted. You will be feeling like you're putting a lot of effort, but also feeling drained because we have exhausted, feeling financially drained, lacking viable options, recharge, regroup. So in terms of what Out of the Den was saying, in terms of like, you know, your already established career, for some of you guys, you may need to take that time to not be so hard on yourself. Hustle, you know, go to work, do the things that you usually do, but be frugal and save and save. If you feel like there's a cheaper way to get something, go that route just for the time being, because when you finally have accumulated the money that you want for the thing that you're achieving, you're going to achieve it. So I sense between February, March, it may feel a little bit tight, maybe even for some of you just the end of January, a little bit tight. But I do see this massively changing from middle of March, end of March, bleeding onto April, okay? I do see with June and July, like the summer season, you guys feeling really light, a lot more relaxed, a lot more replenished. But again, you guys need to also honor what your body is telling you. Don't just be like hustle, 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 hustle. Hustle and work hard, go to work like you usually do, but devote some time for yourself. And when I say some time for yourself, I don't mean some time to hang out with friends. No, some time for yourself. Rest, regroup, recharge, because that's essential. Don't be so worried about, oh no, people are going to get upset because I haven't got back to them. People are going to be upset because I didn't say yes to this thing. Or I didn't, who cares? We're all busy, okay? As long as you let people know, sorry, right now I'm just going through a lot and I just require a lot of alone time. So please don't take it personally, whatever it may be, okay? But I do see between like autumn season, so September, well this is me just using the UK system, right? September, October, November season, I see things being a little bit stagnant, but not stagnant as in bad, but just kind of staying at a standstill, even though you may want more. I feel like your peak time is more so between like end and middle of March, and it really being like the peak until like September time, and then that's when things kind of remain stagnant, right? But save up and do what you got to do. But again, don't feel sad to take a break, because you need to be alive. There's so many people that just, not to sound morbid, but drop dead because of the amount of work they have to do. So don't be one of those people that work, and then you've saved all for what, So I do see that being fine. Everything you are investing in financially will actually be worth it. So if you guys are trying to make your side hustles, make your businesses flourish, I do see that happening, but you got to develop a strict routine. For some of you working 9 to 5, or you have a job already that you work for someone, I see things being good, but you're having to actually develop that routine of saving and being frugal. Saving is going to really help you, especially in the summer months, or so like spring, summer month season the most. So that's what's coming forward. You will be feeling a lot more relaxed, okay? Now, we do have the Empress here, so you will be actually getting to enjoy the money that you make, and you'll look back and your past self will be like, I really struggled for that, whereas your future self will feel like, thank you so much, okay? Now, let's move on to love, right? So I do see, especially with this Empress here, you guys, regardless of gender, you're going to be fine. You're going to be looking good, pouring into yourself. A lot to do with oils, I'm hearing. Something to do with, I heard curl activator. Okay, that's very specific. But a lot to do with taking care of yourself and feeling good. Not in a rush to settle down, not in a rush to do anything. And I really highly recommend, don't compare yourself or your life to anyone else, because it will be the thief of joy. There's so many people that develop a strong level of envy because they're comparing themselves. So don't do that, okay? And I see you guys not even doing that, okay? Because the Empress doesn't compare themselves to anyone. They're literally the Empress. They're just kind of like, I'm in my own little lane. I'm not here to see what I don't have or what I do have. I'm just sitting here, You guys are going to be looking great. You may even go through a glow up, okay? Change in appearance even, but taking care of yourself. And we have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. This may seem like two opposing things, but if I'm going to keep it a buck, this feels like the whole month, like not even the whole month, the whole year, okay? Of you just being very much discerning, okay? With the Queen of Swords, she's not someone who's been broken and is now thinking negative. She may have gone through some trials and tribulations in her love life, but now she sees things clearly and she just won't settle. And that's a good thing, okay? I feel like a lot of people will want to be with you. A lot of people will feel drawn to you and want that with you. But I don't see you guys giving anyone a chance, if I'm going to be completely honest. You may go on a few dates here and there, especially during August time, specifically. And even like towards like May, around those kind of seasons, so May and August. But I feel like you're not really going to be with anyone that sticks. And it's not because you're unlucky, but it's because you have standards and you're just like, oh, this is great. Like, you're not meeting people that are bad. It's just you have a certain standard and you're just like, I haven't quite reached it yet. I don't think I'm ready to settle for this person yet. I'm not going to hear anything like, oh, so-and-so cheated on me, or so-and-so did something wrong to me. Like, no, it's more of like, your standard is this. You meet people that have some things that you look for, but you may be like, it's not enough to get me to commit, okay? But you will have a lot of self-love. I mean, you guys literally chose the rose quartz, okay? And it's in a jar, so you're self-contained. So this self-love comes from within. It's not external, okay? So you're only dating people with purpose throughout the whole year. And then we have the Queen of Cups. It's like you love yourself and you have love to give, but you're not going to just willingly just settle with just anyone and everyone, okay? So your advice when it comes to that is abundance. Open your heart to receive the abundant love the universe has to offer. So it's there. A lot of people want you. It's there, but you just have certain standards. And I see this bleeding between May and August throughout that time. Anytime before that, you're not really focused on it, and everyone's just more focused on their finances and stuff like that. But when it gets to May towards August time, I feel like that's when you'll be like, okay, I'm open to dating, I'm open to seeing where things could go. But I don't think you're like gonna be open in a serious way. It's more like, okay, let's just give this person a chance, a date or two. But I feel like your standards are still so high, so it's just like, I don't think I can commit to you. Even if you do end up in a relationship, it feels more of like this seemingly is potential, you know, but it's not like you're the one kind of energy. But again, that's going to depend on you. You may change your mind, okay? But you're going to be looking good. We do have I am jealous over you, and this is just more of like overall the year. And I do feel because of that, it's like you will have people who want that chance with you, like want to have close proximity towards you, want to be with you, but then at the same time they may not have what you're looking for. So it kind of makes them feel like, okay, I'm not as good, okay? But it's not personal to them. It's just you have a set mind of what you want in a person, and that's it. But I'm not seeing you attract anyone who's horrible or mean or anything. It's just simply like, this is what I want. I have a list of what I want in a person, and you just gotta check those boxes, you know? It's giving that. But you will actually be content regardless. You're not gonna feel upset about it. You're not gonna be comparing yourself to everyone, okay? Overall health, we do have so planning, setting intentions, optimism. So in terms of your health, I feel like because you'll be developing routines that are very good for you, you won't really have any health scares. So say for example, if you've been having chronic back pain, if you've been having gut issues, if you've been having a lot of tummy issues, bloatedness, or a lack of sleep, mental health, I feel like all of this will actually be a lot more minimized because you have a lot of optimism, especially when you are recharging, regrouping, resting, you know, whenever you are overdoing it with the work, but you're setting intentions and you're planning. So some of you guys, this tells me about diet changes. This tells me about planning things ahead, like taking care of yourself overall, you know? So it's like you won't really have to worry about health as much, okay? Because you're already developing those habits and routines, which require setting intentions, which require planning, okay? But your overall advice is ask your angels, okay? Sometimes you will be put in circumstances, maybe around like September, October time, there will be like a big decision you have to make. This could be regarding a home, this could be regarding education, this could be regarding a big move or some sort of big offering. And you be decided of where you want to go, or if you want to accept something or not, or even just migrate into another country. And you're going to be in this mindset of like, should I not, you know? Ask your angels, talk to your angels, whatever you believe in, talk to God, talk to your ancestors, whatever works for you, you'll get the answers that way, whether it's through a song, whether it's through a dream, whether it's through a sign, a nickel, a coin, whatever it may be, it will make sense to you. And I know I touched upon the love life of most singles, but if you are in a relationship, I see you just kind of being very content. It feels like you're not having to put as much effort. Like you put effort when necessary and sit back when necessary. So I feel like everything is pretty much cool, calm and collected. I had to let that be announced, you know, just in case I'm forgetting about people who are already taken, okay? But overall, if you have a career established, I just feel like you're investing a lot of time and energy into certain parts of that and it flourishing. But you do require saving, you do require taking breaks whenever. It's more of like moving strategically, but it will work for you, okay? I'm going to move on to the next pile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. And if you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99, okay? So, pile 2. You guys chose the spaceship man, or whatever, the spaceman. Okay, I'm not gonna get month for month in detail because I'm not gonna like draw a card because it will take very long. Like this reading will probably be like 3 hours long. But I will move intuitively and see whatever pops up. Okay, so we do have choose a new direction. And then we have alone time. Spend some time alone. It will help you gain clarity on your relationship. Oh. And then we have many choices. Opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Look at your options. Okay. Then we have the 7 and the 9 of Cups, which is water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have Mint, abundance, persistence, proliferation. And then we have the Hermit, which is Virgo, earth sign energy. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is also earth sign energy. Okay. So what I'm picking up, let's start with career, right? So even though this is like, I'm going to touch upon the year, I can't go month for month, but I will move intuitively and see what happens because I can't pull out a card for each month. But also what Out the Den also suggested is for those who are also currently in an established career and seeing where that can go. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, between months January to April, like beginning of April, you will be a little bit more on the frugal side. Okay, you will be having to penny pinch. You will be having to make sure that your finances are in tight, maybe chasing up a few bills here and there. But I just want to make it clear, guys, you are in charge of your own destiny. I don't want you guys to sit and listen to me and think, okay, Gemini Empress said this, so it's the full on, like, this is how it's gonna go and that's it. You still have power to change. Energy is fluid, it's always changing. You can decide with your power that you have this ability to change your circumstances, especially since you have an advantage that you've already heard about this, you know? It gives you more of an advantage compared to other people who, you know, don't have this information. So I just want to make that clear, right? There will be instances where you will have to save a lot of money, where you're trying to be very stooge, or like, you know, so I don't know if that's like a slang or if that's an actual English word, but like you're very stooge with your money. But it requires you having to spend a lot of time alone. So I feel like you may have people who want you to go here and go there and do this and do that. And that requires so much money, especially if you live in a place where everything's expensive, right? And I see you spending more time on yourself, your health, meditating more, praying to God, whatever you believe in. I see you being more isolated, especially in the beginning months of next year to come. And I see you being very frugal. However, this will change. I think from April onwards, you will actually start to develop a momentum of money because of all that time you spent isolating, because of all that time you spent saving. And that's when your money will accumulate. Now, I'm not saying you're going to become the richest person on earth, but I feel like some of you guys actually have a goal in mind that you're saving up for something. So maybe a home, a mortgage, maybe a travel, maybe a car, whatever it may be. So it's not like you're just being frugal to be frugal. Some of you guys will have a lot of financial burdens, a lot of unexpected bills. So that's why you're trying to be very smart and have a lot of savings. So you're not in the splurging mode, okay? So with this Hermit, you're going to find peace and solutions to fix that financial problems. For some of you, it may be this way because you guys may be freelancing, or you may have a job that is not the most stable or doesn't earn much. But it's like you will be in this predicament, and I'm going to keep it a buck. That's what's coming up. However, it won't stay that way because we do have here Mint. This is to do with your overall health. You will have abundance that comes out of nowhere and persistence that comes out of nowhere. Guys, don't ignore your emails and don't ignore your phone calls because you will be getting another opportunity to generate more income. But for some of you, you may end up missing the call, or you may end up ignoring the email. So do pay attention to that. If you are in an established career already, I see things being pretty stagnant, but you still having to save up in general. You will be moved to a higher position with time, but it's definitely not in the first 4 months of next year. It's mostly likely in the middle months of next year. But things will change, okay? But right now it feels like it's just kind of like things are kind of going slow. Just like the spaceship, like the man walking on the moon, like everything's really slow. It's like one step at a time. Gravity slow, everything's like very slow. There's low gravity, you know, very low gravity. So it feels like there's not enough grounding financially, but this will change, okay? For those of you who have started businesses or want to start businesses, this is also an indication that things will start off a little bit slow. but it doesn't mean you're doomed. It doesn't mean it's going to stay that way forever. It will improve with time. I would say like from April onwards, it's going to improve, rapidly improve, okay? Your advice here is many choices. Opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Look at your options. You're going to realize that there are other sources of income, other opportunities that are going to help you generate even more income and ways to go about it. So that's what I'm saying. Don't ignore your calls, don't ignore your emails, because there will be an opportunity around the side. Maybe even getting into a partnership or randomly expecting money, someone just giving you extra money out of the blue to really help you on your feet. But there are other options, and I'm getting an opportunity, okay? Especially around May. A lot of like opportunities around May specifically. I don't know why I'm hearing that. But overall, it's going to really impact your health. So I feel like when things are being stagnant, you're going to be a little bit on the, okay, let me rest and recuperate. But then once things pick up, that's when abundance starts to appear. That's when you start to feel persistent. There's going to be something that just lights your butt on fire, that makes you feel like, I need to hustle, I need to do this. But it's like an extra source of income from what you already do. You may end up monetizing a hobby that you already have, okay? And that's going to impact your health. You're going to feel a lot better, a lot more vitality running through you. But again, that's like after the first 4 months. So for the rest of the year, you're going to feel great. But the first 4 months, yeah, you're going to be a little bit in a tight space, if I'm going to be honest. Okay. But I'm going to move on to love. So with love, we do have the 9 and the 7 of cups. So this is options, okay? This is, for some of you, I'm not going to lie, you're not going to focus that much on love, similar to part 1. You're going to be like, love? Here I'm just trying to focus on my finances. I could give 1, 2, 5 F's about love right now. You know, throughout the whole year, I feel like you're just not bothered. You're more bothered on your opportunities in life, especially if you already are taken. If you're in a happy relationship, I just see you being really happy, going on multiple dates, you know, taking things to the next level, really enjoying yourself, putting yourself first, doing things that make you happy, trying new things. But if you're like single, I see you just not as focused. You have options. A lot of people will want to pursue you. You may even date multiple people, get to know different people. It may be fun. It may spice up your life, but you'll be adored. Okay, with this 9 of cups, this is things going to your favor. Okay, this is people are willing to move mountains for you. But in terms of you like staying with someone, I feel like, again, similar to part 1, I don't think that's like you're fixated on that. Okay. But anyways, your health, you overall will feel great. When your money is great, you'll feel great. When your money is rigid, I feel like this is you kind of isolating yourself. So this is not really a physical kind of health. This is more like a mental health fixation. When you're not doing well financially, it's going to impact your mental health. So I feel like you're going to be in the mood to just self-isolate, probably have a vent to ChatGPT and just kind of think of those solutions or what to do next. Whereas when your money is up and things are looking great and you've saved so much money and you're so proud of yourself, I feel like you're going to feel a lot more energy boost, a lot more positive, persistent. There's like a strong level of drive, hunger, especially when there isn't added income. Okay, so for some of you, I see you taking up extra incomes. Okay, but in terms of love, your advice is alone time. Spend time alone. It will help you gain clarity on your relationship. So if you're in a relationship, you will be called to spend some time by yourself to really think about how the relationship's going, how it makes you feel. Sometimes you don't know how bad or how good something is until you've taken a step back. There will be some time apart, okay? I'm getting mostly like the autumn kind of season, so September, October, November. There may be some time apart, maybe something that's like triggering something here and there that requires you to reflect on a lot of things. But it doesn't have to be as serious as I'm making it out to be. It could just be like, we do everything together, I need to do something by myself sort of thing. But if you are single, this is you kind of reflecting on what are the benefits of you being single in the moment that you're at. Is it that you get things done? Is it that you actually feel like you have an identity? Is it feel like you have certain goals, you save money, etc.? You got to be thinking about how someone makes you feel. Do you feel energized? Do you feel loved? Do you feel comfort? Do you feel safe? Or do you feel like you have to put on a mask? Things like that. You're being asked to take that time to reflect, basically, whether you're taken or not. Okay, but I do see you kind of just getting to know different people and seeing what the vibe is saying. Okay, but your overall advice is choose a new direction. So how you've been doing things. Oh my god, I feel like I didn't even get like I didn't get Wait a second. I didn't get an extra card for... I'm going to pull one out. I'm going to pull one out. In a few months. Okay, something's happening in a few months. So there could be an increase on finances in a few months. But few to me is like 5. So in the next 5 months, that's when you'll see changes. Even love, you'll see changes. Many options. But you're being advised to not settle down. You know, you're being advised to reflect first. And if you are in a relationship, you're being advised to reflect anyway. Okay? But you are being advised that to choose a new direction. For some of you, it could literally be your job itself. Maybe in a few months' time, you're being asked to change jobs, transition when you get that new opportunity. Or maybe it's saying, okay, choose a different position. Whatever it may be, or make your side hustles profitable. Okay? Which it is possible. Okay? Sorry. But yeah, I'm saying like you're being guided, that you're being pushed in a new direction. But this could be about identity though. Things that were familiar to you once before may start to feel unfamiliar now. So you're being advised to now embrace that. You may end up having to, maybe some of you guys have already cut off a lot of people in this year, but you're being advised to be really specific and intentional about the people you keep around you in the next year, because that will actually energetically affect your finances and your love life and overall your feelings, your health, based on who you surround yourself by. And I feel like all this reflection being done will lead you to being more intentional about who you keep around you, even friends. So you're being asked to move that direction. Even if you've been feeling drawn to go somewhere, drawn to join a certain community, drawn to leave certain people behind, drawn to do this, you may have put it off because of history, because, oh, I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or because of this, but you're being drawn to do that. So you're being asked to go in the new direction. It could even be a change of jobs, but embrace it, okay? It may be a slow start, but it will pick up with time, okay? That's all I'm getting for pile 2. I'm going to move to pile 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. So we have pile 3, baby on board. Okay, we have perfect timing. We have attraction. You are attracting the right person at the right time into your life. We have expression. Open up your heart and connect with others. Express your creative self. We have the Page of Pentacles, which is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Then we have the Lovers, which is Gemini, air sign energy. Then we have Summer, expansion, growth. Look at the sunflowers. I love that for you guys. And then we have 10 of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy. Okay. So I just want to keep in mind, guys, you are in charge of your destiny. I don't want you to look at this and be like, Gemini Empress said this, or this is how it has to be, and there's no point of changing. You get to decide the life that you want for yourself. In fact, you have an advantage over the other people that may not have had this foresight, guidance, extra information. So you get to warp that and work with that energy and change it and shift it as much as you please. So don't take it as she said it and this is how it has to be, you know? I just want to put that disclaimer out there, right? So Out of the Den did mention that he wanted a 2026 reading, but his was more focused on career specifically and like a career that you've already established. Okay, so I'm going to try and touch upon both. So for those of you who want a different career and the ones that are established, okay, because we're going to start with career. So I will try my best to go through the months, but I can't promise putting out a card for each month. I can only promise putting out energy for as detailed as I possibly can, like channeling, right? So with the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, I'm hearing what B is working as hard as me. Pile 3. I don't know where you're going to get this energy from, but you're going to have a lot of energy, because I'm getting in this year, you had a good momentum at first and things kind of went, some of you guys ended up with burnout. You guys ended up really realizing you needed a break and this was just too much for anyone to take in. And honestly, I get that. But now your momentum's going to be picking up. You're going to be hustling. You're going to be grinding. Okay. For the established career that you have, expect elevation, expect more finances. If you're someone who's seeking a career or changing careers in that transition mode, oh, you're going to be dominating the game. You may even discover a career that's actually meant for you, like a different path that's meant for you. But I feel like overall, you're going to be really, really like soaring, absolutely soaring, okay, in the career you've established. But it's going to come with a lot of hustle and a lot of drive. I'm not going to lie, I feel like you guys are not really going to take a break. For some of you, this could be like a normal, regular 5 to 9, 9 to 5, whatever it may be. But for others of you, this is like very creative, because we do have expression. Open up your heart and connect with others. Express your creative self. For some of you who do something creative, I feel like you're no longer doing the bare minimum or the mediocre stuff. You're really going hard. You guys are seeking opportunities and taking every opportunity you get to express yourself, connecting with like-minded people. This is for my pile that either works for someone else and or may have a side hustle, a business, something creative, something that requires your hobbies to be monetized, a skill, a talent. This is really a good omen, especially if you have a business. I feel like you guys are going to be hustling hard. You're not even going to make time for like, you may become a little bit antisocial when it comes to like maybe friends you've grown up with, or you may become a little bit antisocial in general when it comes to like trying your best to like, I don't know, hang out with family and here or there, but you will be very abundant. That like 2026 is your year, pal 3. Bruh, you're going to be stepping it up. And the beautiful thing is you did it by yourself. You did it by yourself, no handouts, just you. Strategically thinking, working hard and hustling. Because this 10 of wands, you literally said no, like 2025 I wasn't hustling enough. I struggled and I learned. And yeah, you're putting that to work. So congratulations, pile 3. You're going to be hustling really hard. Finance is going to be looking amazing because expression, yeah. You're going to be your most authentic self. Maybe before you used to kind of hide yourself and kind of feel like, oh my God, like, let me just try and blend in and see what I need to do and do this thing that I really hate deep down. Some of you guys are redirecting your career. You guys are good at many things, okay? And you may be tapping more into the things that you actually feel drawn to instead of the things that you are obligated to do. And you're going to be soaring because you're no longer going to be putting on a mask. You're going to just be yourself, and that's actually the secret for a lot of you guys to attain the money that you desire. It's just being your most authentic self, okay? Again, I usually bring up Cardi B as an example. She is where she is now simply because she's just herself. She's funny, she's talented, she's beautiful, so it's kind of like, yeah. Not to say she's not problematic, but she is entertaining, you know? So it's kind of like if she was to just put on this mask and pretend to be something else, we wouldn't really be drawn to her stuff. But it's like, that's who she is. She's just so funny and so like enticing in terms of her personality. It's hilarious. Even if there's so many things I disagree with what she does, she is so funny to watch, you know? And I love people who can just be themselves no matter who they're around, you know? But you guys will be able to do that. The more you're just expressive with yourself, for some of you it's even fashion, how you dress, how you present yourself to the world. That's what's going to take you to the next level, okay? So even in the career that you're already established in, everything's going to be accumulating when you start being just you, you know? I love that for you. Now, love. Page of Pentacles, Lover's card. You know what that tells me? So if you guys are single, then you're going to be finding potential in someone, okay? You will come across someone who's like a soul mate. It doesn't have to be like the soulmate, like the one, because I don't believe there's just one soulmate. I feel like you can have a soul tribe. You can get to know different people. You can even have soulmates in terms of friends. But I feel like you're going to see potential in someone and they're going to be very much similar to you. There's going to be a lot of similarities where you're like, where have you been my whole entire life, okay? And you guys will be kicking it. I see this taking off like June, especially with the Lover's card, June, like summery season, July. But I see things going pretty well. But it's like you're taking small steps. I see you being very slow and cautious, but not in a way where you don't trust them, but just kind of like, I'm enjoying this. So I'm in no rush. I'm not going to define it. I'm in no rush, but I'm enjoying this, okay? For others of you who already are in a connection, I see you guys just like, I'm trying to pronounce the word, but I can't pronounce it. Relishing? Like in the moment and kind of taking the little things and making it so meaningful. I see a lot of intimate moments, a lot of emotionally intimate moments, and making use of the small memories and having that mean something, because the Page of Pentacles is like, you see so much love and value in this one little coin. It's like you're going to be really appreciating your partner. You're going to be appreciating each other over the most smallest things, which is beautiful. And that's how the love grows. Okay. But for others of you who are single, like, I feel like you see potential in someone that could be the one. But I see you enjoying the relationship. And honestly, the fact that the Lovers card is here, it does seem like they are the one, because we do have attraction. You are attracting the right person at the right time in your life. So this is actually happening at a really great time in your life. And 2026 rounds to 10, which rounds back to 1, which is new beginnings, completion and new beginnings. And you guys chose baby on board. This is the birth of a new life. Birth, like some of you guys may get pregnant, who knows? Who knows? Congratulations if you do. But this is like a birth of a new beginning, you know? You getting to live your life the way you want to live your life. And it's like it's like, some of you guys may feel like I'm too old to do this. Like, you're never too old to do anything. If you decide you want to do something, you just go ahead and do it. You just start right then and there. It's going to work out well for you, okay? And your health, we have summer, expansion, growth. I see you guys just growing, evolving, aging like fine wine, looking good, and just being happy. You have an overall new mindset, okay? Your advice is perfect timing. Things are finally aligning, finally doing things the way it's meant to be, and it just was the right time. Some of you guys had been waiting. When am I gonna get this? When is this gonna happen for me? I'm sick and tired of being the one just watching this happen for other people, clapping for other people. When will it be me? It will be you next year. So I'm not getting month for month, but I'm getting love is like a summer kind of thing. But I feel like when it comes to your career, this is the whole month, this is the whole year, sorry. Like, this is like month by month, hustle, 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 but you enjoying that, okay? And by December rolls in, you're gonna look back and be like, I had a great freaking year, you know? Not many people can say that. There'll be ups, there'll be downs, don't get it twisted. Because I needed to pick out another card for like overall. Let me pick out one, I'm not gonna look. What is this? No. We have I like you. Oh my god, I like you. But I'm not gonna lie, underneath I can see it says breakup. So I'm not gonna lie, you may actually be cutting off a lot of people and starting a new friendship group. I'm not getting this as relationship. I'm not getting romantic relationship breakup. I'm getting this as like friendships. I feel like you're just like, I'm sorry, I can't vibe with you, because you guys are raising your vibration and you can't be around certain people anymore because they won't be able to stand your abundant energy and how things are working out for you. They're gonna be really envious of that shit. Unless you have people who are generally secure in themselves, okay? But we do have I like you though. So this is a new person you're attracting, but I feel like people are going to really like you because you're just being yourself. If you ever wondered why don't people like me when you weren't being yourself, it's like, think of it as like they were not liking the version of yourself that was performative. They're gonna like you as you are. Okay, I'm not saying that's why everyone dislikes you. I mean, some people will just dislike you just because, you know, but I'm talking about people that may, if you know that you weren't being your full self and people disliked you, it's because they wanted to see the real you and they could tell that you were being something else. So you get to shine. You have a lot of people wanting to be your friend, but you will lose the ones that are not meant to be with you on the way. And that's just the sad reality of life. But overall, that's a great year, pile 3, okay? I'm going to move on to the next pile. I'm happy for you guys, okay? Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. Okay, so pile 4, you guys chose the UFO, okay? We have yes. We have settling, avoid settling for less than you deserve in love. And then we have sweet success. It's not difficult to get everything you want and enjoy it. Get what you want. Yeah. We have Ace of Cups and the Magician. So water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Gemini, Virgo energy with the Magician. Then we have Buds, new beginnings, expansion. Yes. And then we have Tower, which is Scorpio and Aries, so water and fire. And then we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius, which is fire. So I just want to make it abundantly clear, guys, you are in charge of your own life. No one gets to decide anything for you. So I don't want you guys to look at this and be like, Gemini, Empress said this, so this is the only way this can happen. You are at an advantage compared to the average person because you've got information prior to how the world is going to, not the world, how your year is going to be. So you get to decide whether you want to vibrate in that energy or change it, you know? You have the answers. So I just want to make that very clear, okay? So with Out of the Den did mention that they wanted something more career specific, especially if you already are an established career and how that will go. So I'm going to start with career, okay? we have the Tower and the Temperance. I'm not gonna lie, there'll be some big changes in career, okay? I can't go card for card by month, but I can use the energy that I'm in. So I keep hearing August, right? So between the beginning months and August, there will be some rapid changes. I can't lie. We have a Tower. This is abrupt changes. They will not always be good, and they will not always be bad. Sometimes, some will be good, some will be bad, okay? Like, there'll be changes. So say for example, if you do agency work, right? I know how this is firsthand. When you're doing agency work, sometimes you're working something, you really like something, and then they ask you to be permanent, and you're like, maybe I'll be permanent, and then you realize, okay, this is not for me, I'm gonna change and move somewhere else. Or sometimes it abruptly changes, okay? Some of you guys may lose jobs, okay? Some of you guys may end up feeling like, okay, sorry, this is not the job for me, or you may change, or something happens that forces you to change. There's gonna be fluctuations in your finances, but you're gonna be cool, calm, collected. Okay, the Temperance is telling me you'll be cool, calm, collected, you'll be unfazed by it, because it actually leads you to something even more that aligns for you, if that makes sense. I see you actually being happy, okay? For some of you, you may decide that you want to work part-time and use the other time of your work to build up whatever you're trying to build up on the side. I highly recommend that, because I myself do that. I can't lie. Where it's like, when you're working full-time, it will take up so much of your energy, so much of your time, and then you don't even have time to do the things that you are trying to build as a success. So it's always good to do half and half, and then watch the other thing grow and succeed, you know? So yes, you're gonna experience a lot of fluctuations in money, finances, bills, you know, there will be unexpected bills, and there'll be all sorts of stuff like that. But I see you being calm, cool, and collected, because anything, it just gives you more time to recalibrate and just focus on yourself. So with this Temperance energy, this is I'm giving back to myself. You're not really as phased as anyone would be. A lot of people would be phased, but I see you being like, well, I'm fine. And maybe that's because you guys have accumulated a lot of savings, or maybe you guys know your worth and what you're good at, and you'll be hired again somewhere else. Maybe you guys just like ace interviews like that, you know? But it's like, you know your worth. Some of you guys know that you are meant for something greater, but it may feel like, okay, but I need to have something that pays the bills, right? So I see you being calm, cool, collected, and getting a new opportunity, There's always a new change. There's always new. Some of you guys may even start the new year with a new job, a different place, or a different even type of job, right? But regardless, I see you actually putting more effort into yourself and your mental health than, you know, breaking your back, okay? Because your advice is sweet success. It's not difficult to get everything you want and enjoy it. Get what you want. Some of you guys may come to the realization that in the past you may have put your all and everything into a work, and then felt like you weren't really appreciated, or you didn't get anything out of it, or there was no promotion, there was no flow. So you decide, let me put the effort in based on how much I already get paid, and leave it at that. And let me put more effort into the things that I want to make happen, like my hobbies, my side goals. But you guys don't realize that the confidence that you feel doing the things that you love, and just overall your health, is what's going to help you show up to work in a great way. Some of you guys may even be refining your skills in the career that you've already established, and that's what's going to lead you to excel. So yeah, there'll be fluctuations, but it doesn't mean decrease of money. It just means so many changes. There could be a new position change, new tasks, new people coming in, new people leaving, you know, do you see what I'm saying? But I feel like you're going to be fine either way. Even if there's unexpected bills, you'll be able to handle it. As soon as you guys come with a financial problem, there'll always be a solution after it. You guys have got this, because you remain calm, cool, and collected. Okay, so between now and August, I see that happening a lot. But from September onwards to December, I see you being very calm, cool, collected, established, stable, and I feel like your money is still going to be tall regardless. So you're not as phased, because I feel like you guys are not as money hungry. You do value stability, but you don't want to be in places where you have to sacrifice your mental health just to keep things going. You're not like that. You kind of want to breathe and relax. If something's too much on your mental health, you have no problem going, you know? And I feel like you guys have a natural sense of detachment, and that's why things are working out for you next year, okay? So overall, I'm going to move to health. We have buds, new beginnings, expansion. So again, some of you guys don't realize that you being this energy of pouring into yourself and knowing when something is and not really fighting it and being kind of detached from the outcome is actually what's helping your health. Some of you guys may have suffered from a lot of migraines, may have felt like you were aging, may have felt like you had a lot of chronic leg issues, especially the knee for some of you I'm picking up. But I feel like the more you stretch it out, the more you actually wake up in the morning, eat great foods, do a little stretch, do your meditations or do your prayer, whatever you believe in, affirmations, and you really just stop stressing about the things that are beyond your control, I genuinely do feel like your health would improve massively, and you'll be at your peak health in the summertime when you're feeling great, when you're feeling like, you know what, I'm so glad I did not stress myself out doing X, Y, and Z, and you're gonna feel great about it. However, in this winter season, and I'm only judging by UK, I could be wrong because you guys are in different countries. I never thought about that before, you know, but in the winter seasons, I do see you guys kind of taking care of yourself, drinking more teas, having your medication, and just wrapping up warm when it's necessary, taking care of yourself. But I feel like you won't really feel like your issues of health are going to be as prominent towards the summer season, okay? For a long time, I used to feel like I had like something wrong with my knee. A long time ago, like 2 years ago, I had chronic knee pain in my right knee, and I didn't know what that was. I thought I had arthritis. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm so young. And this was 2 years ago. I was like 25, you know. But then I realized the more I stretched out, the more I exercised, the more I ate healthy, the less stressed I was. It just disappeared. Haven't felt that pain in a long time. So it just was a lack of feeling like I needed to do more. And 2 years ago, I had a long ass break with work because I was looking after my baby, who's no longer a baby anymore. They're a toddler now. But it's like I was so focused on them that I didn't even think that way. I need to get out more, you know? So some of you guys could really benefit from massaging your body, going for massages, and a lot of like meditation, a lot of movement. Some of you guys don't realize that movement is actually really helpful with your health. It's not just about losing weight and looking good. Like, it's genuinely good for your mental health, okay? It will fix everything or most things, okay? Some of you guys also, I'm being called to talk about black seed. Some of you guys need to drink that. And more herbal teas. I don't know why, but that's what's coming up. Because you guys may have some ailments like around here in this chest area. Maybe not now, but it may come up, but it's easily combatable, if that makes compatible, I don't know. It's easy to defeat, basically. Okay, but in terms of love, we have Ace of Cups and Magician. You guys are manifesting love, but this is coming from self-love though, because this is like, you have so much love to give. It's outpouring itself. It's like, I have a lot of love to give, but I'm trying to call it. Some of you guys are actually trying to find love. Like, you guys actually want someone who's serious. You're ready to get married. You're sick and tired of like being alone. And it's not coming from a place of desperation. It's coming from a place of like, I genuinely just want to be with someone who I can grow old with, you know, someone who I can trust. You want something of depth, okay? And you are attracting that. However, your advice is settling. Avoid settling for less than what you deserve. That is a big advice. Don't just go, you know, like, oh my God, someone wants to promise me commitment, let me go with them. Think about it. Make a list, what you look for in a person. Don't deviate from that list due to feeling like, I really want someone now, I'm getting older. No. Make sure they check that list, okay? Because if they don't, then you will end up being put in a category of settling, and then you will hate yourself for it. So don't do it. Don't think you're running out of time. Don't compare yourself to other people's lives, okay? But yeah, I don't know if I touched upon the advice for your career, which is sweet success. So you can get the things that you want. And I think it's because of the detachment that you're going to be in, you know, working hard to the point that you need to work hard. You're not overworking yourself, but also finding something that you align more with and that you feel gravitated towards. You're going to put that effort in through passion, not through stress, okay? But your overall advice is yes. So I feel like you guys will be developing a lot of confidence in the next year, feeling like, you know, if you've been very undecided about things, you're going to feel like, you know what, I know what I want. I know what I want because 2025 told me what I didn't want, and now I know exactly what I want, and now I'm going to be sure about what I want. Maybe you were in limbo stage, you're like, 1 minute I want this, 1 minute I want that, no, I don't want that anymore, no, I don't. You're going to be sure, okay? And we love that, okay? I'm going to pull out a random card for the overall. We have May, and in the back we have yes. No freaking way. Yes and yes. So this is your year to be very confident and decisive about what you want. And you guys did choose the alien or the UFO. So I guess that does say that you are living in such a like an Aquarius-esque or Aquarius coded kind of like year where you're kind of like not going with what everybody else is doing, very living much unconventional, kind of just going with the flow. You're not really forcing anything to happen, although you are trying to attract love, but you want something genuine. You don't want something that is just shallow. So I feel like you're going to be calling that in, maybe through manifesting, maybe through praying, maybe through just hoping, but putting yourself out there. But again, don't settle for just anything and everything. I feel like with career is important to you, but it's not that important compared to just feeling great and feeling like you could be yourself. Okay, but that's all I'm getting. I wasn't getting month by month, but it's more like this love that you're calling in. I do see it happening like February, as early as February, between February and March kind of season. Like I feel like a lot of that love prominence will peak up there, and I don't know if that's because of Valentine's Day or whatever it may be, but I see some changes around that. And then towards, I would say like December time is when you will feel like, okay, what is it that I want to learn from? Because I feel like you're going to have so much love to give, but you just don't want to give it to just anyone and everyone, which is valid, you know? So you're going to be very, you know, in terms of a relationship, if you're like, am I going to end up with something relationship? Yeah, I feel like you guys will enter relationships, but you still need to ask yourself, are you settling for just anything? I'm not saying you will, but just don't be tempted to just settle, you know, really get what you want. Just like you will get what you want in your career, have that same energy for your love life, okay? Don't feel like, okay, now career's fine, so I gotta find love. No, it's okay. Enjoy your money and see how things go, you know? But that's what I'm getting for pile number 4. I'm going to move on to pile number 5. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. And if you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. Pile 5, we have the red eye. Ooh. Then we have there's something better. Yes. We have adventure. Seek adventure together. It adds excitement to your journey. And then we have surprise. An unexpected turn can bring positive change. Be ready for change. We love that. And then we have guardian angel. Some higher power protects you from difficulties and misfortunes. Trust your guardian angel. Whoa, okay. We have the 9 and the 6 of wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have earth sign energy with the 3 and the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then we have hearth, safety, comfort, spiritual connection. Ooh, I'm going to pull out one more card from here because I noticed I didn't pull out a lot of cards. So, okay, what did I get? They are jealous. Ooh, okay. I don't... And that makes sense because you guys chose the red eye. I love it when things just sync up naturally. Oh my God. Okay, anyways. I still get excited. I've been doing this for many years and I still get excited when that happens. Anyways. So Out of the Den did mention that he wanted a career reading specifically towards the career that's already established. So I will try and touch upon that. But I also want to make a disclaimer, that even though I'm telling you what I'm seeing, feeling, channeling, I don't want you to think, okay, this is it. This is all she said, so that's it. That's my year decided for me. You guys have more authority over your life than I ever will, okay? You are at an advantage compared to other people who don't get the information told to them. You get to decide what you want to do with that information, whether you want to work against it, work towards it. So you're operating in that vibration. So it's a good thing. Okay, so let's start with career. So we have the 3 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Between now and March, I'm not gonna lie, things will be slow. This is you building up something. For some of you, I heard portfolio. Some of you guys will be building up your career. There's one you've already established, or for some of you, if you want to like start again or start a new career, you guys will be in probational, like building up, you know, connecting with people, establishing things with different people kind of mode between now and March, okay? And then when it gets to March towards March towards July time, I see it actually flourishing and then staying stagnant until the rest of the year. So the first 3 months is more like you're building up momentum, and then from March to July I see you actually flourishing, and then I see things being stagnant from the rest of the year. So maybe after August, for the rest of the year, it will stay that way, which is good. But it's going to be quite like a slow start. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is slow moving, but it's stable. For some people, they may feel like, why am I not where I want to be where I want to be in my career now? Because some people have quick starts and it quickly ends, whereas some people had to do certain things to get ahead in life, you know what I'm saying. Whereas for you guys, you move with integrity, you move with skill, you move with talent, you move with honor. So it's going to be a slower way of getting, especially if you are more authentic. The more authentic and real you are as a person in this society, it's going to be a lot slower for you. Doesn't mean you can't have success, but it will be slower, okay? You guys will be establishing yourself, refining your skills, making the right connections, and ones that are more profound, okay, in whatever you do in your career. So I see it being an accumulation of your skills and your hard work and strategy that's going to be really, really helpful and essential for your career. So I see it flourishing. But the first 3 months is you in that focus mode, okay? Your advice is guardian angel. Higher powers protect you from difficulties and misfortunes. Trust your guardian angel. If things have not worked out in your career or in certain places, certain environments, or you didn't get something, you didn't get the promotion, you didn't win the certain thing, you are being protected from something else. You'll be protected from a lot of shallow, fake ass people who are going to really derail you and take you down a wrong path. All for what? For a career? It wouldn't be worth it. Not selling your soul, it's not going to be worth it. Trying to sacrifice one part of yourself to keep up this. You are being protected from a lot, okay? We also have surprise. So an unexpected turn can bring positive change. Be ready for change. So if you feel like things have not been fair, it's like no matter what you do, you have the skills, things are not working, and you're being protected for the wrong things. So you may feel like you've lost out on a lot of things, but it may not feel like the wrong thing to you because you're just thinking about where you're at financially. But things will actually take a beautiful turn, and you'll look back and be like, I'm so glad that thing didn't work out instead, because you're going to be rewarded a lot more than what you even put in, okay? But it required a lot of taking hits, taking losses, taking L's, whatever it may be, okay? So that's going to be between like after March to like July, August time is going to peak up, and you're going to enjoy it, and then it's going to stay that way to the end of the year. But the first 3 months is more focus, more hustling, more slow, okay? You guys chose the eye, so when these changes happen, be ready for people to feel some type of way, okay? Because we have hearth, safety, comfort, spiritual connection. This is your health. You're going to be feeling good, skin glowing, no acne, smooth skin. Like, you're going to be feeling really good, and you guys are going to be trusting your intuition. A lot of the time you may have ignored your intuition. You're not ignoring it in 2026, and that's why you're going to thrive, and you're going to feel safe and well protected. So even when things don't work out in career or things don't work out in general, you are being protected from those misfortunes. It could have been worse. Even if you feel like I suffered, there was a worse awaiting. I promise you there was. But whoever your ancestors, your spirit team are, they're protecting you, okay? But your health, you're going to feel great. Even mentally, you're going to feel great. You may have doubts along the way. I'm getting a little bit of a meltdown, February time, mid-Feb. But you're going to feel so much better when you come out of that, when spring season perks up, when you're in like the end of April to May time, you're going to look back and be like, thank God that didn't work. You're going to feel physically healthy and mentally healthy and spiritually healthy. You're going to be feeling an aversion to things that are not good for you, low vibrational, and drawn to things that are good for you. So your spirit team are looking out for you, okay? Let's get to love, okay? 9 of Wands, 6 of Wands. So I feel like you guys are going to be very selective. I feel like a lot of people are going to want your attention. You might be a little bit popular, can't lie, especially if you're on an industry that requires popularity. Like, you're going to be very popular. A lot of people are going to be complimenting you, praising you, wanting your attention, affection. But I still feel like you're very power 5, you bitch. You're going to be very selective and be like, I don't know you like that. Like, not in an arrogant way, but you're going to be very selective with who you give your time and attention to, because you may not trust people easily. You may sense that people don't always have the most purest of intentions for you. So I see you being a very much like, and this is, I'm getting like peaking between May, June, July and August, maybe even September. Those months, the most, I feel like a lot of people are going to want to be up your ass cheeks. But you're going to be like, I don't know you like that, and I don't trust you like that. You guys Scorpios, because it's just like you're very like, I don't trust that, you know? But with good reason. They are jealous. You're going to have people who want to be your friend as well, people who want to be close to you, but they're going to be very jealous. So you're going to be like, I can't just befriend anyone. I need to know you in depth, you know? But your intuition is going to protect you. So please honor it, because a lot of the time in this day in life we live in, people like to gaslight you guys for trusting your intuition. Don't allow that to happen, okay? You will be the object of people's affection. Everyone's going to be finding you fine and wanting to be close to you, but people are also very shallow. So you don't want someone shallow. You want someone of depth, okay? Especially when it comes to love. So I feel like your advice here is adventure. Seek adventure together, adds excitement to your journey. So if you're already in a connection, you're being advised to take more adventures, spend more time together, do things outside of the box and travel. You will be traveling with your person a lot, so that's great. But if you are single, you're being advised to just travel by yourself, and you will probably find someone along the way that wants to do that with you. But again, be discerning, okay? Because you have people that want your attention, so many people. And if someone is actually not secure in themselves and you're dating them, they're going to feel some type of way about this attention that you're getting. So you need someone who's secure like yourself. I see you guys being with a Sagittarius. That is very random, but that's what came through, okay? But your overall advice is there's something better. So whatever didn't work out, you're going to feel like, am I just not good enough? Like, do I belong anywhere? Am I just nothing? It's because you're being prepped for something better. So don't look at it as a loss. Because remember, people are jealous. Even at the position you're already at, you could feel like you don't have much or everything's not going to plan. But you have people who are envious of where you're already at. And this is not even your final form. This is not where you're finally wanting to be. But like, people are still jealous. So be cautious, okay? But yeah, other than that, I'm not really getting any month by month, but this is what's just coming up for the whole entire year. I see you dropping a lot of people because of this energy, but you will find your tribe. And I feel like that comes with discernment. So that's all I'm getting, especially towards the end of the month. You actually have people you can vibe with and spend time with, Christmas, New Year's, Halloween even, and enjoy life with. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for pile number 5. I'm going to move on to the last pile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tiers are £2.99. Okay, last pile, pile 6. You guys chose the Tiger's Eye. Okay, we have You're Ready. We have Celebrate. Today, celebrate the love you share with those that matter most. And then we have Power. You have the power to take control of your life, career, and finances. Focus on your needs. And then we have the 5 of Cups, okay, which is, oh, something's attached to it. The Strength card was glued to this. Oh, wow. Okay, Leo and water sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Leo is fire sign. And then we have the 3 of Wands, which is fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have the 3 of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, air sign energy. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Then we have Fog, obscurity. How do you say this word? Obscurity. Feeling lost. Okay, this is giving a mental health thing. So Out of the Den wanted to know more about career, specifically the one you've already established, so I will focus on that as well. So let's start with career. I'm not gonna lie, we have the King of Pentacles and we have the 3 of Swords, which tells me career is going to be looking great. Your peak season is most likely going to be March, and I know what, it's been a theme for the like spring to like perk up, for some of you summer, but the majority of piles has been spring, summer. And I see you being established, like money's not going to be a problem, but mental health may be a problem, okay? Because with this 3 of Swords, this has required losing people. This has required taking a loss. This has required having to throw yourself in work but not be happy. Some of you guys may have the finances, but you may feel not fulfilled. You may feel like there's something lacking, okay? But I feel like what you're establishing will make you happy. Like, you'll be happy that the fact that you have a career that's thriving. You'll be happy that you will be getting to a point where you are the King of Pentacles, where money will not be a problem. But again, there's a catch. With this 3 of Swords, you may feel like you've lost out in certain connections, certain positions, or you may want something specific, but you may feel like you don't get it, but you end up something that's just as good, but it's like, it's not exactly what you wanted, okay? And I feel like this will actually end up affecting mental health. Some of you guys may feel like you earn great money or will be earning great money in your 9 to 5 or a job that you work for, but it's like you may want to thrive in a business. You may want to do something that is self-employed, that thrives, you know? And I feel like that may just be the thing. But things will peak up, but again, at what cost? If you're happy with your career, then this is not a problem. But for some of you, you may feel like you're not happy at your career, even though money is great. So that's something to think about, because that may be what's driving you to do something instead around, I would say, September time. You may decide to do something else on the side that brings you more happiness, okay? Because we have power. You have the power to take control of your life, career, finances. Focus on your needs, okay? So you may feel like you have enough money. Some of you may have to give your money to other people or take care of other people's responsibilities, family, whatever it may be, and you may feel like this is just making things harder. You may feel like you have to take care of everyone because you may earn the most money or you're the breadwinner. It may feel a little bit stressing, okay? And that's where you may develop like a bit of like ailments here and there, okay? So I would say take control of your finances, and don't be afraid to say no to people. You know, save and invest, and if you want to do something else, do something on the side. Don't leave what you do something on the side until that picks up momentum, until you can leave, okay? As for your health, we have fog, obscurity, and feeling lost. This is more like mental health. You may feel like some of you who don't resonate with what you love doing, because some of you love your career, some of you may not. If you resonate with not liking your career, this may even toll into your crown chakra, your mental health. You may feel like directionless. You may feel like you lost hope. For some of you, you may be unemployed and you may feel like, yeah, I can get a job and that is stable, but it's not something I love. I feel upset. I feel unhappy, unfulfilled. So I mean, this is like a mental health issue, and this may bleed into your relationship life. So you are being asked to get centered, get grounded, and keep a list of things that you really want to achieve and meditate and pray on that, and then develop a solution plan. Maybe even talk to ChatGPT. You know, ChatGPT these days is more helpful than people at this point, you know. You'll be able to overcome this, but I feel it being really peak like between now up until like around June. I feel like by June time you'll start to get out of that funk mentally, and I know that's a long time, but you will get out of that funk. But you may revisit that funk in the winter season of next year, and that may happen. You guys may suffer from seasonal depression if you live in cold climates like that. So this is something that you need to really try your best to get grounded. Take a break from social media if necessary for your mental health, okay? But you have the power to decide what you want to use your finances on. So don't be pressured into using them on other things or other people, okay? And don't be guilt tripped, especially if you have to send money back home, you know? Anywho's, or keeping up appearances for some of you. Love-wise, I see you guys wanting to be alone. You guys may even move, relocate to another place and feel like you're not really invested in love, or you may feel a bit like disappointed. Like anytime you give someone a chance, they disappoint you, or you could be thinking of the worst case scenario, so you may not even give love a try. You may hold back, but you are trying your best to move forward. But I think that requires you moving, not like moving permanently, but finding love in a different place, in a different location, okay? And I feel like at the moment you do, you may surprise yourself, because we have celebrate. Today, celebrate the love you share with those that matters most. So I feel like you would end up feeling a lot more at home when you're with people that you can actually relate to, instead of feeling like, oh, you know, everyone around me is like this. Maybe you guys live in a place where you were not born or you didn't grow up in, and you may feel like you want someone you can relate to, and you may find that person when you move to a different place, okay? For some of you, it is giving something more hot, you know, where like you may feel like you want someone who's like-minded, you know, so maybe not relate to you culturally, but it's like someone who's like-minded, and you may find that person when you move. So I see you guys forward movement in love and getting to know someone, but this is giving more so like August. I keep hearing August, that seems to be a prominent month for a lot of people, but by that time I feel like you feel a bit more stable. But for some of you, it could be long distance as well. It could be a thing where you're trying to make long distance work, but you may feel like it's better to just be with them, you know. So I see you wanting people that remind you of yourself or your values or the way you are, you know, and you may feel like you only can find that outside of where you live, outside of your city, outside of your town, whatever it may be. So I see you making that move to actually go, and I see you being happy that way, but it's like that's come after a period of disappointments, you know. But around August time, I see you being more open to getting to know someone. You could actually start talking to someone online. For others of you who are already in a relationship, I see you just celebrating whatever you have together, okay? Feeling like everything has been the same. But you may struggle with negative thought patterns, thinking this is too good to be true, or making a problem bigger than what it needs to be due to trauma. Couples counseling is advisory if you're in that space of mind, and a lot of help is required, you know? But you may hold back a little bit. And if you feel like you can't be yourself with someone, then, you know, that's something you really need to explore. Like, you should be able to be vulnerable with your loved one, okay? But for those of you who are single, you may be a little bit cautious because things have not worked out. You may be disappointed or fearing disappointment. So I see you moving away and actually trying to connect with people who are outside of your community or outside of your location, okay? But I see it working out for you. But it's a year of strength. You guys did choose the tiger's eye. So I see it being more of like strength, like trying to be persevering, trying to have that mentality of I've got this, I'm learning from this. And you guys are very wise in picking up. Like, you want to learn from what you go through. You want to learn from your suffering. You don't want to just be a victim, okay? I'm going to choose a random card because I noticed I forgot to choose one. We have Almost There. And then we have, oh my God, and then we have You're Ready. I love it when things like this happen. I've been doing this for years. I still get excited when this happens. So yeah, Almost There and You're Ready. That's your advice. That's your overall year. There's something you are waiting for, hustling for, praying for, working towards, and you feel like, when will it finally be? And this is what probably is causing the Three of Swords. But it will be yours, and you're almost there. So don't give up on whatever you're trying to hustle for, you grind for, hope for, manifest, okay? But you are ready. Some of you, it is a move or a house, or maybe even giving love a try, getting married, whatever it may be, having kids, whatever it may be, you're almost there. So don't give up, keep going. You're almost there, okay? But that's majority of your year. I could not break it down month by month because I'd be here for 3 hours. But I had to go on what intuitively I'm picking up. So yeah, that's all I'm getting. I'm going to end the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. And if you want to join my membership, the starting is at £2.99. Okay, bye guys.